pt.1sports.com, and I'm here with my co-host.
James Miller. How y'all doing this evening?
And I'm sure they're doing. Oh, before we start off, I wanted to give a shout out to the city of San Jose, California, for always being there, listening to our shows. We got you also Boardman, Washington, Ashburn, Virginia, and I'm missing one. That's a big one. That's a big one city. I cannot remember.
We appreciate everybody's listening into our podcast we do, and we got started a little later this evening than we wanted to.
Right.
As we see right now, the Bears took Caleb Williams the first pick.
Bears took Caleb Williams, like we're telling you all this time. Bust material.
Sorry for you Bear fans. And then the Commanders took Jalen Daniels second pick, which I think was a good pick for the Commanders. Maybe not for you as a Cowboy fan.
Maybe not for me. But going back for the Commanders, like they still have Marcus Mariota where he can sit behind and learn.
That's right. And they have been loading up on free agency. The Commanders have. Plus, they have a bunch of picks in the first three rounds. If I'm not mistaken, they got 6 picks within the first 3 rounds.
Yep.
So they can load up. It may take them a couple of years to get the full swing of everything, but I think they'll be pushing that division with the Cowboys maybe and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And now you got the Patriots on the clock. So, I mean, they got Jones as driving the offense. But
no, Mac Jones is at.
that's right.
He's Jacksonville now.
Jacksonville, yes, he's at Jacksonville. So they're going to need a quarterback, and see what happens. I was thinking Jones. I was thinking Daniel Jones with the Giants. So. There's too many Joneses.
Yeah, there is.
So, but Patriots need a quarterback. So let's see what they go with. It picks in. So let's see who they.
All right, the pick is in. Let's see who they got.
And if this is a quarterback, that'll be 3 quarterbacks off the board. So those teams behind needing quarterbacks, they got to be sweating it a little bit.
Yep. Oh, one thing correction we're going to put out real quick. Minnesota didn't trade up to number 5, even though we thought that was a sure deal. Unless they just haven't showed us it. Maybe they're waiting for, dramatic effect. They haven't showed it to us just yet.
But that's a team that needs a quarterback.
Vikings need a quarterback.
So if this is another quarterback going in right here with the Patriots, then Vikings better be trading up if they want a quarterback.
Right. I forgot who in the mock draft did they say Patriots are supposed to get.
But we'll see what to get. We're still waiting on this to come in and see what this pick is.
So far, number 1 and number 2 is just as the mock draft predicted.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the first 2 they talked going off the board, and here we are. They are off the board. Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, and I mean the Patriots. I mean they need some help. They need a quarterback. They need a receiver, offensive tackle. So I mean they need a safety. So they need some pieces to piece in with what the.
You know what? This goes back to the 90s. Back in the 90s, Chicago had that number 1 pick. I don't remember what year, but I remember they drafted number 1, Rick Meyer. And New England Patriots was next. And at 2, they drafted Drew Bledsoe. And Drew Bledsoe happened to be the better quarterback.
That's right. Yeah.
Rick Meyer was in and out.
He was. So we'll see what we get here. And now we talked about before, this draft is loaded with receivers.
Yes.
So teams that need receivers, there are a lot of teams out there that need receivers. Even with the Patriots, they need receivers. The Chiefs need receivers. There's some others out there, but this draft is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. Will the Chiefs towards the end of the draft break away from a defensive player and go offense? Since I'd say Rasheed Rice getting in trouble, trade everything. Yeah, and the pick is in for Patriots, and it's Drake May. He is a Patriot from North
North
Carolina.
Carolina.
So right there, there's another quarterback off the board. So that only,
Right.
I mean, that leaves McCarthy, one of your top quarterbacks they've been talking about. So
Well, number 4 was the Cardinals, and the Cardinals don't need a
no,
quarterback. So
they're figuring they're going to go receiver.
right.
So, and I think Marvin
Harrison
Harrison
Jr. was who they predicted.
to
Yeah.
go there. So I'd say they'll pick that. I'd say they'll go with him, and that's not a bad pick to go as far as the receiver.
Well, it ain't bad for Arizona.
No,
Nothing for Marvin.
that's right. And the thing is, too, can Murray stay healthy for Arizona?
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, they'll do pretty good.
And I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying Arizona's a bad team. They're not a bad team. But you're in that division with San Fran, which is the juggernaut right now, and also Seattle.
Yeah.
So between them two, it don't look like there's no moving up. And you need to at least be in that second slot to make the playoffs.
That's it. You do. I mean, and you figure 49ers will win that division again this year.
Yeah, we predict the 49ers going to win that division.
And unless something happens, the injury bug gets a hold of them, they'll win that division.
Right.
So then Cardinals will have to. Don't forget the Rams. The Rams are in there.
That's right.
So the Rams may uh, try to sneak in through there. So that's going to be tight for a race for Arizona and the Rams. And
Yeah, but with Aaron Donaldson at retirement,
that hurts on the defense.
that defense, yeah.
But that offense is still loaded with weapons.
Yeah, that offense is still loaded. Cooper Cup, Matthew Stafford,
And that
Matthew
Williams
Stafford
backfield.
and Williams. Uh, I can't think of his first name. He had a lot of receiving yards too, running out of the backfield for the Rams. I think, and so they have some weapons coming out there.
Yeah.
And so, who do you think Chargers gonna go with? You think the Chargers gonna go receiver?
They might be, I don't know. Other than like if they're going to keep that pick, they would probably go receiver. But we thought they were wanting to trade back, and I guess Minnesota didn't want to give up what they wanted for them to trade up. Because J.J. McCarthy is what they predicted going number 5 to Minnesota through a trade through San Diego. And looks like that ain't going to happen.
They don't look at now. Let's go down through here. On down. Bears just took Caleb Williams. They got the ninth pick coming also.
Yeah, they predicted a receiver. I don't know what his last name is. It was somebody, Owuze or something, a receiver. They're predicting that's what they're going with. And that's the two that the Bears have. I think Bears only have 2 in the first round.
Yeah, and the thing is, they acquired Keelan Allen during free agency.
Right.
So they have if they get a receiver, and along with Caleb Williams, we'll see how Caleb Williams does. But that's that could be a good combination if they get a good receiver. But we'll see what happens.
I'm saying if they start him, I look for the Bears to drop the first 8 games.
Yeah,
And the reason why I'm saying the first 8 games, you got coverage packages that you don't see in college.
that's it. And the speed, the game speed's so much quicker.
Yeah.
And I don't think he'll hand up to the pressure if they throw him right in the fire.
I don't think so either.
So that to me, I guess I think they'll put Tyler in for a couple weeks, let him sit, maybe get the nerves out, and then bring him in. I could be wrong, but we'll see. If not, they throw him straight in the fire as he's done.
Yeah.
So let's see what receiver, which I think it's going to be Harrison Jr. that they're going to take right off. But like I said, this class here has got a lot of receivers. So just on that.
I ain't around here no more.
There it is. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh,
So now the Chargers are on the clock.
okay. So now the Chargers on the clock. They're probably going to trade off that pick.
You think they're going to trade that pick? I know they talked about. They said they'd fall back if it was right. Right. I think you said the right price.
Right. Yeah. See if Vikings want to pay that.
But if not, they're going to go receiver. And who do you think they'll go with?
This Jerry Rice's son.
Yeah,
I think he'd be the second one on the what you call it. Out of the receiver pile up. I think he's number 2 on the list. So far, everything is going by what ESPN's mock draft, except for I can't say about the Patriots. Excuse me, because I don't remember who they said the Patriots were supposed to draft.
Well, they mentioned the Patriots maybe taking a quarterback. Um, I don't know which one. I didn't see as far as their draft went, but they were talking about them taking a quarterback. Now the Giants are sitting there at 6. They said they would not take a quarterback first round.
Yeah.
So,
But number 5, that number 5 spot, they said was supposed to be J.J. McCarthy. But we shall see.
I'm just still shocked with the Chargers with them getting rid of all pretty much their whole offense.
Exactly.
I mean, they only kept their
The
quarterback.
running back is gone. Maybe they're actually getting a running back. Maybe they kept the break and give the running back.
They could go receiver, running back.
Because, yeah, they got rid of both guys.
They did. They did. But the thing is, on here, on their needs, they don't have a running back down for their needs, and that's what's shocking. Because you got rid of your best back.
Right, unless they are going with running back on committee. Just like a lot of them used to do. Buffalo used to do that when they was running Moss and Singletary.
Yeah.
And then now they got James Cook, Dalvin Cook's brother, as the full-time premier back there. But they're getting him on that rookie. He's on that rookie contract. Now, as soon as that expires, they might deal him off.
I think we mentioned this. I think we episodes before. A lot of those teams are using that rookie contract more to their advantage.
Yeah.
And then they're dealing off their players that's been there for a few years before they have to do
But that's what they pay him, yeah, or do the extension.
But I figured if they was going to trade, they'd have made that move on the trade. So
unless they going all the way to the wire, they will take it all the way down to that 10 minutes.
So here, I think they're going to go. I think they're going receiver. That's just me. I think they're going to go ahead and get them a receiver. I think you got to at this point right now.
Right.
I mean, 'cause you got rid of Allen, you got rid of Williams. I mean, the only thing you got now is tight end.
Yeah.
So,
and I think they did that because, like I said, Justin Herbert's contract was coming up, and they got rid of all of them so they can probably sign. I thought they would really was going to go for J.J. McCarthy because,
Jim. Because of
Jim
Yeah,
used to be
Harbaugh.
up there at Michigan and Michigan quarterback. So I thought that that was going to be it. But then I was thinking, well, you just freed up a lot of salary cap by getting rid of those people. So you'll have money to pay Justin.
What if they throw a wrench in the whole ordeal and we see McCarthy come off the board here?
Like I was telling you on one of the other episodes, if they go McCarthy, then Justin, you're gone. You're gone.
But he knows he'd be being built dealt off if that happens.
Exactly.
He knows that this is his last year and they're going to probably move on. Now the clock ticking on down. Well,
Fish rat. But so far, they still have not traded that off.
okay.
And we're still watching for it.
Yeah, we're still over the counting down. It's at 1:46 right now on the clock, and they have not made a pick yet. But I'd say it's going to be receiver.
Yep. Or trade it off.
They still ain't got there yet, and I thought for sure they'd made the move by now already.
Exactly.
And there it is. Pick's in.
Oh, they did. They did pick
The
somebody.
pick is in. Let's see if they traded it out. Well, usually they show a trade. If it's
Yeah, it
already
would say the
traded.
trade would have been made by what you got, but the pick is in.
The pick is in, and let's see who comes off the board.
Well, maybe the Giants is going to trade back.
They could. Usually, them trade back. So if they trade, it's usually coming in first thing. They trade first pick if they've already done the trade. So when they go to announce it, like starting the sixth pick, Giants trade with whoever. But we'll see who comes off the board here. I still think it's going to be a receiver.
All right. Or they would probably do something stupid like back in the day. I remember this stupid trade between the Giants and San Diego. San Diego drafted Eli Manning.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
the Giants drafted Philip Rivers, and then they traded him.
Yeah,
Which instead of why didn't they just trade the picks?
exactly. Which both of them had good careers.
Yeah, both of them had good careers. It's just that I remember in the beginning, Eli said he was not going to
I
play for
remember
San
that.
Diego.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so they drafted him to trade him to the Giants. And they got the Giants to draft Philip Rivers.
I wonder if reason he didn't want to play over in the AFC is because of his brother Peyton. Because when Peyton left the Colts, he stayed in the AFC. He went to Denver.
Right.
I wonder if that was the reason he didn't want to play in the same
Division,
division.
yeah.
So same league or whatever.
Right.
AFC, NFC.
That could be it. I thought it was basically because San Diego's quarterback killer. Because before he was there, they had Drew Brees and they threw away Drew Brees like he was garbage.
Well, remember he got hurt that shoulder.
Yeah,
Brees did. And then he comes back, and that's when they had Philip Rivers brought in.
Yep.
And then they just dealt Drew Brees away. He went to the Saints,
and that's where he got his ring.
Yeah, got his ring. So.
Okay,
man, they went with the offensive tackle, Joe Hall. So they went with the offensive tackle, shocked everybody, I guess.
Yeah, because that
Because they
was.
was needing a receiver, which, like I said, we've already mentioned this draft is loaded with receivers.
You know what I think of why they went with a tackle? Because like it is, you say this draft, it is loaded receivers. If you take a receiver in that second round, you could pay him less than you would have paid him in the first round.
That's it. Yeah. So they got an offensive tackle to help protect Herbert.
Yep.
So and Justin's a good quarterback. You just give him some protection. But now he don't have nobody to throw to these days.
And two, after the draft, you got so many people that are going to be left over that you
Yeah.
get just, undrafted free agent.
That's it. That's it.
Man, that's where they're going to do their receiver shopping.
So the Giants are on the clock. And I mean, like I said, they got needs at quarterback, receiver, cornerback, and guard and tackle.
But here's the thing: does Minnesota think they can wait till 11 to get a quarterback?
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't see it.
Who's got number 7?
Tennessee. All right. Then, well, they could probably get it at 11 because Falcons got Cousins.
Yeah.
So the Bears got picked 9, so they already got a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then the Jets. But the Jets need a quarterback because you've only got, they done traded Wilson, so you need to fill that slot. A quarterback can sit behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So the quarterback's probably going to go off at that 10 spot with the Jets.
Or the Bears could be greedy at number 9. Take J.J. McCarthy, and they're like, "Hey, you keep on batting this out."
That or they could do that and do some trading.
Yeah.
But you don't see that too often. Not like that. Not taking. Well, who was that? Yeah. Remember those Redskins back in the not too long ago? The Commanders now they took 2 quarterbacks, RG3 and Kirk Cousins. It shocked everybody.
Yeah.
So that has happened. I remember watching that draft, and I was like, because they already had RG3 and then they got Kirk Cousins. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Pick is in, so we're going to see what the Giants goes with.
Did they go running back?
Well, they don't have a running back on their needs list.
I don't know who was backing up Saquon. I can't remember.
They've got the quarterback, receiver, cornerback, guard, and tackle. I'm just interested to see how Tennessee what they do.
Right, they're next, right?
Yeah, Tennessee's next.
They still have Tannehill.
See, all these teams in this off season trying to free up cap.
Mm-hmm.
Giants got rid of Barkley. Tennessee got rid of Henry. And there it is. Wide receiver neighbors from LSU.
Yeah,
LSU.
I forgot he was also predicted as one of the top receivers. Neighbors, I forgot about him.
We got two. You got 2 receivers from Texas too. They're up there, I think, in the top 10. Actually, there's three from Texas on the board that could be drafted, but two of them are in the top 10. Um, that they were looking for one of them to fall in the lap of Kansas City Chiefs around 37.
Right. Now Mahomes has a brother that's a wide receiver. I can't remember. I think he plays for Baylor, but I don't think he's ready for the draft yet. I think he's still got to play one more year.
I haven't heard if he was in. I ain't seen his name on the when I was looking through the receivers. So
Right, because I think he's in college for one more year.
I'm surprised we hadn't seen those trades yet. So with the Falcons, you think they'll go when they come up here in a minute? They go run back or receiver? Because you got to remember they traded.
Cordell Patterson's not
Yeah,
there no more.
yeah, they traded him. He was kind of a dual threat. I mean, running the ball, receiver. So they traded him. But they still got they just got BJ last year.
Right.
So they still got a young run back. So they may go just receiver this first go around, or maybe some more protection for Kirk Cousins.
I think they'll go another wide receiver. And the reason I say that because I cannot remember what's his name. They drafted a rookie receiver last year. He's supposed to have been good, but he had a lot of drop balls. Now he did lead them in yardage, which is good,
Mm-hmm.
but he would add a lot more if he didn't have all those drop balls. So that might be like a thing with him because I think that was with Chase Claypool his rookie year with Pittsburgh. He did real good, but he had this little drop ball problem.
Yeah.
Second year, drop balls, and they traded him off. He got traded to Chicago, and Chicago dealt him off to I don't know where he's at now. I think he's supposed to be with the Jaguars.
He's been bouncing all over the place. Yeah,
Right.
That's the same thing as Juju when he left Pittsburgh.
Right.
He's been all over the place.
But Juju did it in a better way because like when he left Steelers, he went to KC, got that Super Bowl ring.
That's right. He got him a
So
ring.
that don't matter where he get bounced around to, like
He'd go for money now.
exactly, because he already got his championship.
Yep, he done got his ring.
That's like I can't even remember Odell Beckham's letters. What are the letters? OBJ?
Oh yeah,
OBJ. Odell, no, OBJ.
Oh yeah.
He got his ring with Rams.
Yeah, he
Now he
did.
just bounce around.
Man, Tennessee's been one of the teams. They've been on downside for a little bit.
Yeah.
They 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 hung around there for a little bit, around Lockhart a couple years ago, and then they ain't got it together. And they bring in some free agents, they bring in some good receivers, but this don't seem like it's gelling too well.
Well, see, I think them losing Derrick Henry is going to be bad for them because at the running back position, that wasn't their problem.
No.
Their problem was, then I can't even say quarterback position because it's like when the quarterback is hot, the defense is not.
Yeah.
When the defense is there, you ain't got no quarterback play.
That's right.
I mean, the last time that they was really, really good is when Steve McNair and he had Eddie George in the backfield.
Yep.
He took them to the Super Bowl. They just came up about a half yard too short, and it was almost an end zone.
The other day I seen a picture showing that tackle that was made.
Uh-huh.
You know how they had that hip drop tackle illegal?
Uh-huh.
They showed that picture and they said, have the penalty on time down at the goal line, so give Tennessee a shot. But
Yeah, because if they had that rule right there, that would have put the ball at the one.
it was that was a good Super Bowl. Well, the pick is in for Tennessee. Getting ready to see who they took. To me, I think they'll probably go. I'd say they'll go line. Probably pick a lineman up or defense or front. That's the two needs they need.
Right.
They need right now, but they got some pieces to field.
Yeah, because they got Pollard. Stone Pollard from Dallas. So,
Yeah, they got a good back.
yep.
So
Yeah, they should go line, like get some people to open up some holes for them, protect Tannehill. They need a line. Why they taking forever with this
they
pick?
are.
And it's funny. They do all this concentration on the first round. Like it's just like you got everybody pretty much here. You only lost on the seventh pick, so only six people been taken away from the board. So now they're on that like, oh, we got to be real careful with this pick. But then when you get to the seventh round, it's like them they come in like every 10 seconds.
Yeah, they're going in quicker. Boom, boom.
That's when it should be slow.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, you've been sitting here months, weeks, looking, having an idea of who you want to take. The thing is, like we mentioned, if unless they're well, sure they've got a pick that's coming in. Um, but if you're negotiating a draft, a trade, trying to move up in the draft, that you can see that taking longer on the pick.
Right.
But I mean, I'm with you on this. You think, well, especially the first 10 to 15 picks would go a little quicker.
Yeah. And especially, I know what they're doing. They what you call it. They got their 10 minutes because they're gonna like because like when you're watching it like on ESPN every now and then you'll see they'll show it on TV. They're calling. How do you feel? Like you want to be a cowboy? Yeah, I would love to be a cowboy. And then the draft comes in.
That's it.
But they never showed it was like we still want to be a cowboy. Oh no, no, no! Pass on me. You never see anybody say that.
But I wonder if they go down through there. They've already contacted a couple of them, saying, do you want to be?
Yeah, I
You
think
want to play
that's what
for
they
us?
do. They contact them first and see
If they want to
which
play, yeah.
if that's what they really do, it's like when the Raiders call Jamarcus Russell. Why ain't he telling me he want 200 something million up front when they was on the phone with him?
Exactly.
So they was like, oh, you want that much? Oh, let's go to the next person.
All right, there we go. Offensive tackle,
Yep.
Latham from Alabama. He's a good one. So they got some protection for
Tannehill and open up
Tannehill
some
and open
holes
some
for
holes
Pollard.
for Pollard. So they went offensive line. So now you've got the Falcons on the clock, and their need is all defense. Is what they got right up there. Yeah,
They must have got somebody a running back during free agency that we missed.
you got cornerback, you got edge, defensive tackle, linebacker, offensive tackles are showing for their needs.
Huh.
So we'll see what happens here. But do you think now in that division, Falcons win that division this year?
With Tampa,
I think they'll be down on that.
Saints,
I think it's going to come down to the
it's a
Saints and the
weak
Falcons.
it's a weak division. So and the bad part is I didn't even put it's so wrong. I didn't even put Carolina in the equation. I was like, Saints, Tampa Bay, and like,
Carolina, I don't know, they'll win 5 games.
yeah,
I mean, and they don't even have a first round pick because they traded to the Bears.
that's right. They sure did.
I bet they're kicking themselves in the hind end for that move. Picks in. Let's see what who the Falcons went with. See, this is how it should be. I mean, you already know. You're just sitting here waiting, and unless something happens, they finally contact that player and say, "No, you don't want to. I don't want to play. I want you got to pass on me. I'll have to go with somebody else."
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That's why it takes so long. And then in the seventh round, it's like you just better be happy I picked you up.
Like Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. That's why Brady played with that chip all the time. He was picked so
Right.
far
Yeah.
back, so he played with that chip on his shoulders.
Brady might have not even been if I think what Drew Bledsoe broke his collarbone
He
or
got
something.
hurt. Yeah, he
I
got
know
hurt.
if he didn't get hurt, it was one of them injuries where he's gonna be out for like a long period of time because he
Well,
came
he
back
came
right
back before the playoffs,
playoffs,
and
and it was like, oh no, we're gonna stay where we at because he's winning.
yeah, and at the time I was like, man, they done Bledsoe wrong. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember when this happened. I was like, man, because I like Drew Bledsoe. I was like, man, put him back in, and then he never seen the keys there in New England after that.
Yep.
It was all Brady.
And it's like some of these coaches, their favorite line is, "Oh, you don't lose your job due to injury." Yeah.
Yeah, ask Drew Bledsoe about that.
Exactly.
He'll say otherwise. Well, and you look at you go with Joe Montana with the 49ers. When he got hurt by LT,
Yep.
that's when Steve Young come in, and they traded Joe Montana to Kansas City.
Yep. So he lost it. Now I'll say only one person did not lose their job to injury, which should have lost their job to injury because the coach lost his job. Because Doug Peterson is now with the Jaguars. When he kept Carson Wentz and let Nick
Yeah,
Foles go
yeah.
after he won you a Super Bowl, yeah. I think the best person who likes that decision is Nick Sirianni because he has a job now.
That's right.
So Falcons, what we gonna do? I'm thinking if you only have one offensive tackle on the board and the rest is all defense, go ahead and get that tackle. And you know why I would draft the tackle in the first round? Which I think this is so wrong and so unfair. Uh, your offensive lineman that's drafted in that first round, they don't make more as much money as a skilled person that's drafted. And I think it's structured that way. So you get an offensive tackle in the first round, you're probably at best paying him the same thing that you're paying a receiver by second or third round.
Gotcha.
Because like your skill positions, like your quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, defensive backs. Uh, I don't even know. I think linebackers and defensive ends is all the way in that too, to where they get that high pay.
Remember those days with the Falcons and Dirty Birds when they were like, I had that. It said Anderson in the backfield. And you remember him, Jamal Anderson? He was
Yeah,
running the ball. Um, but they was exciting to watch.
they were.
They well, here it is. They went quarterback.
Is it JJ McCarthy?
They went Phoenix Junior. They picked Phoenix Junior for a quarterback. So now they they got him. I did remember seeing reading that they talked about going quarterback because they didn't know how Kirk Cousins was going to how he's going to be playing
From
because
that,
of
oh yeah,
Achilles.
yeah, he just came back off that
Yes.
Achilles.
So they
But
went Phoenix Junior and got him.
Who is he?
He's a quarterback for Washington.
Huh.
He's the one that played. He done good. He's a good quarterback. He's got a strong arm. He can run. So
I just
and
don't
that'll
remember
be
seeing him from like ESPN. All I don't remember seeing him on there.
and
And then he went before JJ McCarthy, and they had McCarthy as a high pick.
yeah, they did. And the thing is, with that pick though, he gets to sit behind Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
So you can mold him, and I think he's in a better fit than what Caleb Williams is in
yeah.
at number one with the Bears because he can play behind. He can sit behind Kirk Cousins. He can learn the system, learn the works, and then when it's his time to play, he's going to perform better.
Yeah, because Caleb got that bullseye on him. Not Caleb's fault. Not Caleb's fault.
Well,
But
kind of.
well, yeah, he did say some things.
He did say some things that put that bullseye, but
But all I think his talk did was just enlarge the bullseye.
that's right. Yes, that's
He was
right.
gonna have that bullseye anyway.
So now them Bears are back on the clock. So
Okay, and this is when they supposed to go on receiver with the. So it looks like Minnesota might be okay at that 11 spot.
well, you got the Jets.
Yeah, Jets at 10. Because
Then the thing is, if the Jets picks McCarthy, there goes your top quarterbacks off the board.
yep,
So then the Vikings miss out.
that's true. And the bad thing is Aaron Rodgers don't like it when you pick his replacement.
No, no, he don't. And the pick is in, and here we go. And I think it'll be
It was supposed
receiver.
to be receiver that oozed. I cannot remember it.
And them Bears, they're going to be a mess. They'll have some talent. It's just
They're gonna have like flashes, flashes of goodness. They're like, because I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Caleb. Caleb does have that potential. The potential's there. The skills are there. But now applying them skills, applying that potential, that's gonna be something totally different. Okay. Oh,
oh, let's
I
see.
got battery right here. Yeah. Do you have a USB charger? You that's an iPhone charger.
I got an Android.
Yeah. And this is the old school one.
That one drops from 60 to 30 in no time.
Wow.
Well, here we go. Receiver from Washington. I don't even know how you say that name. I ain't gonna try.
I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Rome on
yeah.
yeah. That's the one that ESPN predicted they were gonna draft him.
Hey, there's been a trip. Hey, Vikings are on the clock.
So they traded up to one spot, really? They traded up with the Jets.
Huh. That is well, you know who they're picking. McCarthy's going to the
Yeah,
Vikings.
that's who they predicted.
So now you sit here and think, who's the Jets going to take for a backup quarterback?
That's true.
Or they go receiver and then pick a quarterback in the second round.
If I was the Jets, I would pick my quarterback either the second, third round. Um, I think we need to go receiver because I'm thinking about when I think about who stands out on the Jets. We got Brees Hall, but he's a running back. Sauce Gardner, cornerback. And I'm like, who else do I know from the Jets just offhand that's a household name? Probably need to get receiver.
I would say. And the thing is, right here too, why are you taking so long on the clock if you're the Vikings?
Yeah,
Knowing you got to have a quarterback, knowing who you're going to take. I mean, he's got to be your option.
yeah. Unless they probably didn't work that out with his agent and everything.
And see, and if you get McCarthy, he's going to be sitting behind Sam, so you can mold him too. Sam Darnold.
Mhm.
Uh, so
I forgot that he did go to the Vikings.
yeah, so you can mold him behind. Which they'll win with Sam. I do believe that he's got. I mean, he'll win in there in Minnesota. So you can mold him behind him,
Mhm.
and then just fit him in right in the system. So but now too, they need a running back as well and some defense. Defense tackle, and they got a cornerback. Pick is in. You know it's going to be McCarthy.
Yeah. But my thing is, if they wanted a running back, they should have kept Dalvin Cook. But they didn't want to pay him. Well, I think that at that time they couldn't pay him and Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk leaving
Yeah.
was a surprise to them.
Well, when he got hurt, that he went down with that Achilles, and that put a big hurt in the season there.
Yeah.
Especially not knowing how he's going to not perform after that injury. Perform
Exactly.
exactly.
So
So
Atlanta,
Atlanta,
you either you
you
got
got
to
to
do
do
yourself
stuff
a
with
gift or or a mishap because
That's
it's
right.
just like
But they got Junior, Phoenix Junior, so
right. Some insurance is what they got.
they do. And that's who they were looking to get. I remember reading there a lot of your mock drafts and um, your analysis. They were talking about Junior and Phoenix Junior going to Atlanta for the backup. So then after the Jets will be picking after the Vikings, then the Broncos. And see, the Broncos, they're in another situation too. They need a quarterback.
Yeah, but the Broncos brought in. That's where Zach Wilson went.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
They still need a quarterback.
this is true, but I mean, like, they might just want to just give it a try first.
He said division my Chiefs is looking better.
Right.
Yeah, you know, when Jim Harbaugh went there, I'm like, man, we're gonna be the Chargers are gonna be giving us a run for their money. And then they traded all their players away.
Right. And it's like with Zach, I'm gonna be his public defender. I'm gonna have to defend him on this one because it looks like Zach. I think he got a bad deal with the Jets because one, it's the Jets, and then two, I think he did so bad there because he has that attitude. He needs to check that attitude first.
He got benched because of it.
Yeah.
And And the thing is that these kids that come in the league get this attitude thinking they're their stuff. And when that coach for the business team, I like seeing that. Get an attitude check. All right, you think, all right, you're going to bench. You're bench now.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he's in a much a better situation in Denver than he was with the Jets. That Denver organization's a mess right now.
That's true.
Because they trade away
Judy's
Judy,
gone.
and you just got what's it, Sutherland or
Yeah.
Sutherland? You got him. Sutton. Yeah, Sutton. So I mean, they're in a mess. You got some running backs. You do have some running backs, but we'll see how he does out there in Mile High Stadium.
Going from what they got as far as quarterbacks, it looks like it's going to be one of those quarterback challenges. And I think Zach does have the skills to where he can beat the other two guys out.
Well, I'd say he probably will. And
But like we saw earlier, if he doesn't check that attitude,
well, I don't think Elway would put up with that attitude.
yeah, that's true. Elway's in that front office, and
Yeah.
Elway look like you ain't got nothing on me.
That's it. I think John Elway keep that attitude in check, and so will what's his name, coach in Denver,
Sean
Sean
Payton.
Payton. Yeah, they'll keep that in check. Well, he did with Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Wilson wasn't an attitude problem. He was just bringing all his boys into the stadium.
Yeah, he thought he was still the superstar. And,
That's it.
He found out he wasn't.
And then Sean Payton come in there and change that all up.
I wonder how he's going to do in Pittsburgh. Give him the first 8 games, and then Justin Fields come in.
Let's see when he left Seattle going to Denver. I thought he was going to do good there. I did.
I did think so too.
I thought he had some playing time left, some years left in him, but he didn't turn. He didn't turn out to do too well there. But Tomlin may be able to get him back going.
Right. And then did he only play 1 year at Denver?
Two.
2 years.
Yeah.
So he played under Sean Payton, but it was somebody else he played under before that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sometimes takes into account today.
It does.
You got one system. First of all, you just got there, so you don't know the system. And then your next year, hey, that system's gonna change again.
And since you mentioned that, that's another thing going with quarterbacks. When you're bringing in a different coordinator year in and year out, that's hard for a quarterback to start gelling, especially if you're changing the system and it's a different system. Um, so if you're changing, if they had a bad year, just say you get rid of the offensive coordinator, bring in another one, depending on how he comes in with that to that organization, if he's changing that system or working his system into that plays a factor in how the quarterback's going to do.
Because it'd be like the guy beforehand. My favorite thing is go routes. I keep running go routes. Well, next guy comes in. I'm into curls. We're gonna be running curls.
We ain't gonna pass. We're gonna run the ball.
Exactly. Or even that, yeah.
There he is, J.J. McCarthy. He is a Viking. So,
And they took 900 years to go ahead and do what everybody said they was gonna do.
so there it is. J.J. McCarthy is playing in Minnesota, and now the Jets are on the clock, and they got an offensive tackle as one of their top needs.
Mm-hmm.
We got a receiver, then a tight end, and that quarterback needs at the very last to show them.
Right. You know what? The one thing that they're not doing, I'm wondering, what did they give up for that trade? Was it just an even trade? Just we'll go to 10 and you go 11, or look, you take this 11 and we're gonna give you such. It doesn't tell us what they did for that trade.
We don't see it on here. They may have said it there on ESPN on TV. So was a pick is in for the Jets. Which I think they'll probably go offensive lineman.
Right.
Try to block. Get some blocking for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because Aaron's probably talking about some. If y'all had some blockers, I wouldn't have torn my Achilles.
That's it. Well, after the Jets, he said we got Denver, then the Raiders, and then the Saints. That'll be your next picks.
Right. We got this 11th pick. Once this 11th pick goes through, we're gonna have to do a little restart because this segment is gonna be closing out, and we'll do a restart.
So, if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I think the Jets will be all right in that division.
17 games. Here's the thing.
You got Miami in that division, don't they?
Yeah, I'm only counting Miami as the only threat until I don't know what Buffalo's going to do. They lost both wideouts. Their whole starting secondary is gone. So it is going to be. I know if I was on the other side, I'm the head coach, and we're going to try to throw on these boys all day.
The Jets last year had a good defense. Their defense was pretty tough. They just didn't have no offense production no production coming from the offense to help out.
Right.
Um, but now you got Aaron Rodgers coming back, and if you remember, he kept saying he was going to come back by the end of the season in playoff time.
Yep.
And I was thinking to myself, there was no way. Him being, 38 years old, 39?
Yeah.
Being that old coming back from an Achilles injury? I'm like, there's no way.
Exactly.
I said, he's just talking. There's no way he's going to come back that quick. Because the older we get, our bodies don't heal that fast, that quick.
Heal a lot slower.
They went offensive tackle from Penn State, Fashion News. So they got some protection there for Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
And so now the Broncos are on the clock.
All right. And while the Broncos is on the clock, let's go ahead and get this reset going so we can start anew.
All right.
The done button.
Where's it at?
Oh, I forgot here. It's on. Oh, leave.
Leave.